Hello everyone and welcome back to Around the Farm. We're in kind of the final stages of this house stuff. We've got the appraisal is due on Monday, and so we'll find out then what we'd probably actually be paying for the place. And then from that point on, it's just getting to our closing date, which I believe is at the end of the month. And so for now, everything is going good there. Just a few updates on what I've been working on around here. I got my old lawnmower running. Thing hasn't run in like 6 years probably, and I just took the carburetor off of it and cleaned it up good, and it runs pretty good now. The three-wheeler, on the other hand, I rebuilt the motor, and I did it the cheap way, and all I did was hone it a little bit, and it definitely needed more, and I'm just not getting the compression that I'd like to see to continue on with putting it back together. I do want to adjust the valves before I give up on it completely, but if it still doesn't have the compression I want to see after that, then I'll have to pull it all back apart, and I'll have to actually bore the cylinder out and put a new piston in it. But that's where that sits. It was a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping I would be able to get by the easy way, but not the case. Today the project I'm going to be doing is my wonderful wife brought home a cat the other day that somebody was going to have put down because the mother ran off without it. And she said, well, we'll take care of it. So we have a cat now, a little baby kitty that we're bottle feeding. And it's starting to scratch on things, and so she wanted me to make it a little scratching post play thing. And so I've got some wood, I've got some carpet remnants. I think I got a little bit more carpet somewhere if I need it, and I'm gonna build it a little jungle gym, so to speak, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing along the way. Alright YouTube, so we're gonna get started on this kitty castle is what I'm gonna call it. Now, keep in mind that I have limited tools to use here. One thing I haven't purchased yet is a circular saw, just because I haven't had a whole lot of chance to need one yet. But pretty soon here, it's going to have to be one of the things I go buy. But I don't have a circular saw, so everything I cut, I'm going to be doing with a Sawzall. And so that should be pretty interesting. I'm not hoping for very many straight cuts, but hopefully it all gets covered up with carpet anyways. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. And I don't have any sort of design at all planned out. It's all going to just kind of be fly by the seat of my pants. So that should be exciting. Alright guys, so I'm going to make my first cut here. I've got my saw horses set up. And these little quick clamps are great. I use them for all kinds of stuff. And they work really nice for this kind of deal. I should probably get some bigger ones, but these little ones work really good too. And of course, I got my precision cutting instrument that we'll be using to make all of our cuts. A nice 18-volt DeWalt. I hate messing with extension cords, so I love this battery-operated stuff. But we're going to go ahead and make our first cut here, and hopefully we don't cut our legs off or nothing. Remember, guys, safety first, so get yourself a pair of glasses so you don't get crap in your eyes. That's just the story of my life. I will go get another battery and be right back. Let's try this again. Well, she started out not too bad, but as you can see here, we got a nice straight cut. I'm going to go ahead and try and fix this one a little bit because that's not the greatest. And then we'll go from there. And I've kind of got a design I'm figuring out in my head a little bit, but who knows if it's going to work. We'll see what happens when I start putting it together. Okay guys, so this is going to be the kind of the base to our, or the first deck, I guess, or whatever you want to call it, to our kitty castle. And what I'm doing now is I put that paint can on there and I traced around it. And then I'm going to cut that circle out and hopefully be able to build a ramp that kind of comes up into that circle. But anyways, it's coming along quite nicely. And like I said, I still really don't have any idea what my plan is, but we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so my camera battery died and I didn't get to record everything that I did while I was working on that. But basically, after I assembled it, all I did was stretch carpet over it and staple it on with a staple gun. I would have liked to have done a little bit more, but I ran out of staples, and it's an old gun, and I don't know that I'd be able to find what I need. So until I figure out what I need to do for staples, I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. But we'll go in right now. So I apologize that you're seeing my bathroom, but this is where we keep her during the day, so she really doesn't get into trouble. But here's what I've got. I built a little ramp up to it, and then I took the 2 semicircles that I cut the circle out of, and I put them on either end of this, and then I just stretched carpet over it. There's really nothing in the middle, so that kind of can give and whatever when she's walking on it. And then I added that little wall right there for her to scratch on and whatnot. But it's like I said, I would have liked to have added a few more levels to it and stuff, but I ran out of staples. So this is Callie. If she decides not to run away from me. There we go. She's 4 weeks old now, something like that. And she is very curious about everything. And she's kind of getting to the stage where she'll finally start to play with things. Sometimes. Right now she's wondering what the heck this camera thing is that she's looking at. But when I walked in here, I don't know if you saw it on the video or not, but she was already on top of this thing. And she's definitely got it figured out when she wants to go. Right now there's obviously something over here that's more interesting than that is.